Hello everyone, wherever you are in the globe. Health is wealth, so pay attention to your own body. It only needs your time. Please watch the video. This is one of the small villages in China. This sure loves the rain and away from the mega industrial areas. This is how Mother Nature reacts when temperature gets cooler, and so human body and animals when exposure is longer and excessive. But don't be afraid just because autumn is here or the snow is coming. Just keep your body temperature as normal. Cover up. Wuhan, China, you can still see clouds and rising sun in the left side. In the right side, pollution started to spread in little thicker, slowly swallowing the province before the 2020 lockdown. March 2020, before and after lockdown in China. Air pollution before and during COVID crisis. Air pollution drops down tremendously in Wuhan, China, 1 year after the lockdown. Overcrowded railway station in Wuhan and another area in China. Avoid these kinds of crowd. Guaranteed bacteria is stronger in this area. And these were before the lockdown 2020. Imagine how strong the bacteria around in this area. Overcrowded swimming pool and beach in China before COVID-19 hit the country in lockdown 2020. Look at this temperature pattern from January to end of February, in November to end of December. Temperature is cooler, and this is when symptoms begin. Wuhan coronavirus has now spread to every region within mainland China. Did China try to cover up the coronavirus issue and put everyone at rest? No, notice that these people has winter jacket even if they're inside the building. This tells you that the temperature is cold when coronavirus or COVID hit the country. And nobody realized how temperature could make people sick. Xi Li, they call her the Bat Woman, a virologist in Wuhan, China, Lab Institute, speaks out against lab leak theory that an infectious disease like coronavirus comes from bats or other animals. No, animals did not create diseases. Chinese doctors overwhelmed of how many sick people in such a short period of time, but not doctors talk about how the thick air pollution make people sick as quickly and deadly. Added to this, a drastic change in temperature also make people sick as quickly with COVID symptoms. Some people in China eat all kinds of animals, but when the coronavirus shut down the world, some doctors, bacteria hunters, or just people sounded like accusing those animals of bringing the deadly virus and infected millions of people. These poor animals did not create or made this thick air pollution in Wuhan, China. These animals did not tell people to pollute the country. Animals cannot even change temperature. All they do is eat and sleep. So, how could they even be infectious to humans? I don't think wearing masks will give people education or knowledge for them not to walk or be in a polluted area or country. Thick air pollution just circling around the country, and this will give people big respiratory problems. Ghana, Africa. E-waste dumpster and air pollution. Smoke from fires every summer added a huge amount of pollution. Added to this, the world is heating up as quickly, gave more humans health problems. Keep in mind that countries do not have the same level of pollution. Some areas are thicker and some areas are thinner. Countries and their farmers are burning their farms, and it was creating thick pollution and too much heat, like India to name one. It was time to lock down the world because of diseases that comes with it and was killing people almost all at once. Bodies of COVID-19 victims are burned all together in India. Lockdown was necessary and needed to clean up the environment. Top 20 most polluted capital cities in 2022. Top 5 most polluted countries in 2021. This is why global lockdown was necessary and needed. People walking in one of the biggest cities in China with thick air pollution before COVID-19 hit the country. COVID symptoms with all this pollution could give you runny nose, cannot smell, hard to breathe, and bad headache, depending on how long you are exposed. The longer you are exposed, the stronger the bacteria will become and damage your respiratory system. Virus and airborne microdroplets from coughing and sneezing, surface contact to dirty environments. Virus is a mild to worse infection. Infection through exposure from a virus, cold temperature, polluted air, and extreme body tiredness. Actually, this picture explained how the bacteria developed in human's body, from right to left, or from little symptoms to fever. So it's very important that you know what to do when you are sick and what's causing your sickness. Symptoms: first 2 to 3 days, runny nose, coughing with phlegm, feeling sick, aching body, and headache. Stay home, keep your diet, drink tea or hot drink, cover up yourself. Do not wait for anyone to make you feel better. Do it yourself. Take fever medication if you need one, but please be careful. Do not mix fever medication and hot drink. Keep in mind that every individual is different depending on your exposure. To anyone who has a medical issue, you must know what to do. Remember, knowledge is power. So avoid exposure to smoky air, exhaust from vehicle, somebody smoking, contaminated drinking water and food, and cold temperature. Avoid sickness. Excessive cold temperature exposure makes human body bacteria active because the body loses muscles density and give room for the bacteria to grow. I know these are hard to avoid when you live in one of the biggest cities in China, especially dealing with your Chinese government to clean up the environment. You can absolutely move out away from that city and go live where the air quality is clean to breathe. Nobody else could take care of your own body anyway, but you. Paris Climate Change 2015. Obviously, Mr. Xi Jinping did not change or clean the thick air pollution in China as any other president who attended climate change summit in Paris. The lockdown did clean up the air pollution globally, although it messed up everything starts from our economy, our transportation at that time, and people's health. Chinese government could clean up your environment by them declaring in notice people to lock down all form of transportation and give date to make it happen for the people to prepare for 1 week transportation lockdown. Lockdown transportation during peak heat of summer could absolutely cool down temperature and clean up air pollution and could also avoid power outage because power outage could also make people sick or even kills people. There are nice places to live in China, worth the happiness, away from the bustling cities. You don't need a license to love your own body. Thanks again for watching.